Basically, this has a $21,500 value if, big keyword here. Okay, so the new Tesla Model Y is here in Canada. You can order it. Deliveries start in March. Pricing $84,990, but let me tell you why that's actually a good deal. It's not as crazy of a price as you think. As you can see here at the top of the screen, here in Canada, the prices are going up $4,000 on February 1st. So the long range all-wheel drive will be $68,990. Now that is quite a bit different here from the $84,990. Is that $84,990 also going to increase to $88,990? I don't think so. But first, let's talk about all the improvements with the launch series and then break down why it's actually more expensive to buy the long range all-wheel drive previous gen right now than it is to order the launch series. So there's a ton of improvements to the new Tesla Model Y. First of all, it's got 18 kilometers more of range, but yes, if you're looking at the website, it's only showing 2 more kilometers of range, but that is because they have included acceleration boost with it automatically. So you're getting a $2,700 upgrade included with the launch edition, along with other upgrades that total to be a significant amount of money, which I'm going to go and break down there later. But the new Model Y, the front hood is squared off. Of course, it's got that singular light bar there. The rear window is squared off as well. In the front, there is a drain plug, so you can fill it with ice. It does make it easier for having, say, a party and you want to throw a bunch of drinks in there, keep it cool, or you're going shopping and you need to keep things cool in there. You could put ice in there, put your ice cream, whatever in there. They've put a better seal there on the front to reduce water from getting in, so that's an improvement. The car overall is 4% more aerodynamic, which gives it more range. It's got 2.8% more range over the long range all-wheel drive trim that's currently in production, and 50% of the parts in the car are new. The glass roof this is a big one. The glass roof is 7 times more reflective of heat, so it's not letting in that heat in through the glass roof. So basically, it negates the need for any sunshades, and it reflects that and allows the HVAC system to work more efficiently and not have to work as hard. It does also come with a front camera, just like the Cybertruck, which is a nice feature. Now, that's not going to be used in FSD at this time, but it is there to allow you to see how close you are getting to things. So it's really handy. I love it in the Cybertruck. I'm very glad that it's here in the Model Y. And of course, it has a sprayer so you can spray it and clean off your camera without having to get out of the car. It also has the fastest power folding rear seats in the back. So you can press a button and it'll fold the seats down in the back, and it'll even move that front seat forward in order to fold that back seat down and then move it back into place. So it's really a great system, and it's the fastest one in the industry. Ground clearance, it is a little bit lower. It's 0.2 inches lower, so it is bringing it down just slightly versus the old Model Y. It has 51% less vibration on rough roads versus the old Model Y, and 22% overall decrease in road noise and 20% less wind noise. So that's a big improvement for comfortability and ambient noise while you're driving. They've made a big improvement on the cabin microphones for phone calls. So when you're making a phone call, it's 66% better quality. Done a bunch of improvements with the phone quality as well as the Wi-Fi in this vehicle. It's got a 3% stiffer body. They've improved the Tesla Model Y braking system to allow more regen to come back into the battery. The speaker system from the old one had 14 speakers. It's going now up to 16 speakers to make it that much better sounding. And already the Tesla Model Y has had pretty high standard of sound, and now that sound quality has gone up even further. I should point out that's only in the dual motor. It's not going to be in the rear wheel drive. The rear wheel drive is expected to only have 9 speakers. They've changed up the aero on the car, which you can see by looking at it, and that has improved 27% more pressure, more downforce on the rear tires to get that power down and keep you more planted on the road, making it overall more safe. There's so many other upgrades that basically I don't want to go through everything. They've improved speakers, they've improved the wheel. There is still a stock for the turn signal on the left side there. And the reason they're claiming they did that is the Model Y is more of a family vehicle, and they want to make it easier for more family members to hop in and have a turn signal. Don't really get the point behind that. It's super easy to switch the turn signals there on the steering wheel, but whatever, we have a turn signal that's there, and to put it in drive and park, it's still going to be on the screen. I think they should have just moved it all basically to be like the Cybertruck and the Model 3. Anyways, that's what they've chose to do on this one. Then you've got the ambient lights, you have acoustic glass on all the windows to help improve the noise. And of course on the roof, they've got that silver layer on the glass to make it 7 times more heat resistant. The rear seats are deeper, and since they are powered and foldable, you can power move them forwards and backwards to get a more comfortable seating position. And you can fit a over 6-foot person in the back easily, and there's still headroom there. The rear light bar is a reflective light bar. It's not shining the light straight out at you. It's shining it down and reflecting it out. So it's a really sleek design. It's awesome to see in video. I can't wait to see it in person. But from the photos Tesla put out, the back end didn't look so great. But I think it looks awesome after seeing it in video, and I definitely want to see it in person and make a full review. For the back seat, you do have an 8-inch touchscreen brought in, just like on the X, the S, the Cybertruck, and the Model 3. And with this car, we get 2 new wheel designs, so they're pretty cool. I like them. And the car is 1.6 inches longer overall. Okay, so I did mention that it is more expensive to buy the long-range all-wheel drive in its current form versus the launch edition. Let me break that down why. So if we go over to the long-range all-wheel drive and we fully load it with the most expensive options, which are all included with the launch series new launch series. So we can add the $2,600 Quicksilver paint. We can add the 20-inch induction rims. Can add the tow hitch. We're not going to add 7-seat interior just because that option is not on the launch series, and we will add full self-driving. So that brings us to $86,423. If we click on the launch series, we'll see that it's $87,623. This long-range all-wheel drive price here is not taking into account the $4,000 increase. As well, it's not taking into account the $2,700 acceleration boost, which comes standard here on the launch edition. So you can see 4.3 seconds versus 5 seconds. Yeah, you're getting that acceleration boost. Basically, this has a $21,500 value if, big keyword here, if you're going for the most expensive options. Now, if I were speccing this for myself, I would be going with the red, which is a $2,600 option. Personally, I like the 19-inch cross flows better, so that's included. 503 kilometers of range with that. Keep in mind that's with acceleration boost. Tow hitch, don't have a use for that, so I would include it just because it comes free with the launch spec if I was going with the launch spec. For me, I want the black interior. I just like the look of it, plus it's easier to keep clean with my kids. And I always wear blue jeans, so that's an issue. Full self-driving, I don't need that, but it comes with it. So, yeah. So if we look at that, I am not taking advantage of $2,600 here. And yeah, so it still makes sense for me theoretically to get the launch series if I was to get full self-driving, but I'm not going to. For me, it's not worth it, but if you are someone that wants full self-driving, you wanted a red or Quicksilver, or even if you wanted a white paint, it's going to cost you more. And if you're thinking of the Helix wheels and a white interior, basically if you want all those options, it's going to end up being cheaper to get this instead of going this route and selecting everything. But what are the overall differences? So thankfully on Tesla's website, we can actually click on compare models and we can take a look now. These are available right now, the existing inventory. It's what I have sitting in the driveway. And then this is the new Model Y starting at $87,866. That is including destination fee, HVAC fee, all of those fees. It's not including HST or GST depending on where in Canada you are. It also comes with fancy new logos, yes. They only have the long-range all-wheel drive available right now. And of course, the long-range all-wheel drive Model Y as well. They have the rear-wheel drive and the all-wheel drive. The EPA rated range is lower in general, and that is due to the acceleration boost. So without that, we should see that this is higher. on the all-wheel drive version than the current all-wheel drive version of the current Model Y by about 18 kilometers, which actually, let's click this, put this wheel on. So it's 501 kilometers. We should see about 519 kilometers. And with the rear wheel drive, hopefully we should see about 538 kilometers of range with the rear wheel drive, which is quite significant. So you've got the first row power recline and heated. Now you've got first row power recline heated and ventilated. And then second row manual fold and heated. Second row now is power two-way folding, so up and down, and it's heated as well. And keep in mind, it's not heated in the center seat anymore. Displays, same front display, and now in the new Model Y, they're adding the 8-inch second row display. And then you've got second generation suspension, which is apparently quite a significant improvement for road noise and rough harshness feeling. It's like 51%, something like that, better. And then about 50% noise reduction as well. So that is super nice. Now on the new one, you've got 8 cameras outside, which is that one front-facing camera. And then you've got the 16-speaker surround sound system as opposed to the 14 that is in the current long-range all-wheel drive. Thankfully, I have in my rear-wheel drive, I have the 14 speaker. So after having that, I almost don't want to go back, but there is a 9-speaker audio system in the rear-wheel drive of this new refined Model Y. So we'll see how that looks and how that sounds as it comes out here in Canada. And we don't have a timeline on when that rear-wheel drive version will come out, but I'll keep you guys updated here on the channel, so hit that subscribe button. Connectivity, of course, they have upgraded everything on the connectivity. I did mention the microphone and speakers, trunk, power open, and then you've got the hands-free open on approach for the trunk, so you can walk up to the back. It'll beep at you, let you know it knows you're there, and then it'll open up. So you don't have to touch any buttons or do anything. It'll open up for you. And then interior, you do have some additional ambient lighting on the inside, plus aluminum detailing and premium textiles. So it's just, and the interior on the new Model Y is just a bit more elevated, similar to how they elevated the Model 3. And the Model 3, I gotta say, was a huge improvement from the original one to the second one that they've made. And the same thing is happening here with the Model Y original up to the second one. Huge improvement, making it that much better. Now, price point wise, is it going to fit your budget? It may or may not. It is quite a significant price increase, especially as they've removed the IZEV rebate. They've increased the price $1,000 already. They're increasing it another $4,000 here in Canada. And in BC, Quebec, there's different areas that they've removed some incentives. Price goes up over time. Price usually doesn't go down. If it does go down, that's the temporary drop. Like we saw at the end of 2024, we saw significant discounts and significant deals on Tesla Model Ys. And of course, those are all gone now. The other thing to consider if you are looking for a older Tesla, you can check out inventory and put it on price lowest to highest, put in your postal code and see what they have available. There are some good deals there, so you can still snag a decent deal there. And something to point out as well, Cybertrucks are now in inventory, which is a sign that we should hopefully be moving towards the non-foundation. Once we start seeing some discounts here on the foundation series models here in Canada in inventory, that's a good sign. But you can go, if you want a Cybertruck, go on to inventory, and basically you can click order and you can pick it up today in Etobicoke and some other locations as well. But if you're ordering a older Tesla Model Y, you want a further discount, be sure to hit that link down below, use my Tesla referral link, get an additional $1,300 off just by using that referral link down below. And so to conclude, is the Juniper Model Y worth purchasing? The launch edition is pricey. It's like a $100,000 car once you add HST here in Ontario. So it's very pricey for a car that's just entering the market. So a Tesla Model Y Juniper is about $100,000 with HST here in Ontario, which is a big number, but you are getting it fully loaded, you're getting full self-driving, you're getting everything included in that. So if you were going to spec it and get all these options and upgrades, I think it's a good deal. If you're not, then probably just wait till launch edition is no longer on sale and pick one up. Now, there isn't any here in inventory yet, but in China, they are allowing and putting some of the new ones in inventory so you can order it without the launch base specs on top. So you're able to get it at the regular price without the launch series extras, which adds up to be between $15,000 and $20,000 more. So you should be able to get a discount that way by keeping an eye on inventory as we start to progress towards getting these Tesla models out into the road. If you want to see a full review on the car when it comes out, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There'll be lots of videos on this new Tesla Model Y here on the channel, as well as my experience with the previous generation. And I hope that it'll help you in the near future. And thank you so much for watching. My name's David with Teslas in Canada. And thank you so much for watching. Check this video out, or this one, and subscribe. What should you guys comment today? Comment sun hat if you've watched this far. Thanks, you're a real one.